Well, howdy, y'all. Midterm elections are now over, of course. Today is Thursday, so we've had a day or so in between. And let's talk about it real quick. So the big red wave didn't really hit the way people expected, but what we saw was a basic flipping of seats that we would see in almost any midterm election with the opposite party's president as the incumbent. And so with that, there of course was questions of fortifications and riggings and all those things, and all the warnings from Joe Biden and people disputing the elections, or even the statements that Hillary Clinton has made about future elections being rigged for the MAGA Republicans. So what's going on? I don't know 100%, but what seems to be going on is not everybody's woken up. I think Scott Presler had one of the best takes on this, and that was, he is on the ground, he knocks on doors, and guess who doesn't knock on doors? Other Republicans. Guess what the left does? They knock on doors. They go and they get ballots filled out. And what is happening, or what has been happening, aside from maybe potential shenanigans, is the fact that they made the laws, the early voting laws, easier for them to manipulate, or easier for them to just get any random person in. So I've had this position for a very long time that I don't want everyone to vote. I know that's not unpopular. I know that's not cool. I know everyone's supposed to rock the vote, right? MTV puts all these ads out there, at least they used to when I was a kid, telling everyone to go rock the vote. Go out and vote. All celebrities say, go vote, go vote, go vote. And when they say go vote, you know what that means? It means vote Democrat. That's all it's ever meant. Because they're the cool people. They're the good party. It is a campaign, a propagandistic campaign that has been going on for decades. They have the marketing, they always have. And this goes back to the idea of culture, and why people like Tim Pool are always going on about culture, or the old thing from Andrew Breitbart, that politics are downstream from culture. Now, there's some people that would argue the other way around. I think it's both, actually. I think culture is a reflection of politics, and politics is a reflection of culture. I don't think you can remove one from the other, but it's always about who's in charge, who has the power that dictates how the culture goes. And that is where the crux of it is, right? And so the culture is with the Democrats, regardless if they are insane. And so much so that even the people who know that what they are doing is insane will still back the Democrats, because they are afraid to seem unvirtuous amongst other people. It is just a simple fact of human nature. It is a reality, folks. Get with it, understand it, and embrace what this is. People don't like to be outsiders. There are very few people who are content to do their own thing and be on the fringe, such as myself, right? And most people aren't willing to be that independent. And even someone as myself is a very independent person. I still need people in my life. I still need a social group. I still need a network. And so it is a lot easier to go along and follow the masses. And when someone says go out and vote blue no matter who, that's just what you do, right? Didn't mean to make like a triple rhyme there, but that's the reality, guys. It is probably a big part of this. Now, does that mean that there weren't other factors like the early voting, all those ballots coming in, and manipulations there, and things being lost in the mail, and yada, yada, yada? Strategically, probably yes. I don't think it was necessarily everywhere. But you know what else happened this election was the Republicrats, the mainstream establishment, neocon Republicans who are warmongers, who are Trotskyites, who believe in centralized government power, who have people like Mitt Romney in charge, old Mitt Romney, who basically, worked for Monsanto forever and has been poisoning you through your food and things like DDT and all that other stuff. That's old Mitt Romney's background, right? But this is the fake establishment party. This is the our democracy party. They don't use those terms, but they basically didn't fund or back certain candidates. They were a bane to them, right? And they did this purposely because they like their control. They like the establishment. They like the Federal Reserve System. They like the fact that they can enrich themselves and they can have these nice cushy jobs and they get the power and prestige. They like that they can make these trade deals with foreign nations. They can get certain foreign investments. They like all of the advantages that they are getting being in that position of power, and it certainly has nothing to do with you or taking care of you. Because for them, their number one priority is always taking care of the corporations. The number one priority is keeping business running. And though I'm a free market capitalist, and I believe that markets should be running, they should not be propped up by the government. That's not free market capitalism. That is corporatism. That is fascism. That is mercantilism. That is, in a way, all of these systems are just a neo-feudalistic system. That's what the oligarchy is, folks. And again, if you're not familiar with my content, this all goes back to first principles. We could get into the technical definitions and all the economics, and you could say, Bill, those things aren't the same. And I will break it down into first principles and tell you, yeah, they are. All we are arguing over is processes, right? So, in any case, that's what's happened. Essentially, you have Republicans who are unwilling to, rock the vote. They're unwilling to get people to come out and vote. We have a lack of culture, although it is building. There are things like the Ripaverse, of course, that have come out. There are all of the YouTubers. There are all of the people out there who are wealthy, the entrepreneurs that you don't know about, who are libertarian or conservative minded. And all right, guys, my video stopped there, so I'm about to splice this in at the end. But basically, I was saying there are a lot of entrepreneurs out there, a lot of wealthy people who are working in the background. There are a lot of folks who are trying to create parallel economies. There are things going on and moving. But the last thing I want to say about this election is that this shows the bifurcation of our society. And another note that I picked up on is the people who have stayed in the blue states and the people that have left for redder states. So bluer states are going to get more blue and redder states are going to get more red. And again, this is pushing us more toward that civil conflict. But that's pretty much it for the day. My name is Bill. This has been All Minus One, and I wish you all well.